Hey everyone, Dan with MacRumors, and in this video we're going to show you how to get the most out of the new 6th generation Apple iPad. The new iPad now has Apple Pencil support, which means if this is your first time using an Apple Pencil, then you might not be aware of some of the things that you can actually do with it. Aside from the obvious like jotting down some notes or drawing, there are plenty of applications and features that can really help you get the most out of the Apple Pencil. Starting off with the native Notes application, you can easily access your writing tools by tapping on the icon in the bottom right corner, but you can also just start writing on a note with the pencil by simply tapping the note first with the Apple Pencil, and then the Notes app will automatically recognize and change the notes to drawing mode. Another useful tool with the Notes app and the Apple Pencil is the ability to scan a document that you might have in front of you using the iPad's camera, and then you can use the Apple Pencil to immediately add a signature to that document. You can do this by simply tapping the plus icon in the bottom right corner and then selecting Scan Document. Speaking of signing documents, if you have a PDF already on your iPad and you want to sign it, you can just sign the PDF without any help of a third-party application. Before I made this video, I actually did not know that I could just open up a PDF and immediately start writing on it with the Apple Pencil without having to use something like Adobe Fill and Sign. Sure, that application has far more features other than just signing, but if you need to quickly sign a document, this feature is definitely the way to go. If you're in a bit of a hurry and need to jot down a quick note, you can do this without even having to unlock your iPad. Simply press the power button to access your lock screen, and from here you can tap on the screen with your Apple Pencil and access instant notes. After you've jotted down your note, this note will save in the Notes app for easy access later. Taking notes on the iPad with the Apple Pencil is super useful, and the Notes app is great, but there are other note applications in the App Store that can take things to a whole other level. My recommendation would be to check out GoodNotes if you take a lot of notes for a living or if you're a full-time student. GoodNotes has tons of useful features for all kinds of note takers, and best part is all of your notes can be synced using iCloud, so you can have access to them across all devices. There's a lot that this app can do, and I highly recommend checking it out. If you're into drawing or coloring, there are of course a ton of apps for this as well, aside from just the regular Notes app. Now I'm absolutely horrible at drawing, and if I ever find myself in a situation where I need to draw something, the Trace feature can certainly help me out. If you have a drawing on a piece of paper that you want to replicate, you can use that paper and trace over it with the Apple Pencil to the iPad, just like you would tracing through two pieces of paper. The Apple Pencil and iPad are smart enough to work through that paper itself and can easily make it look like I'm actually decent at drawing. Pikmin is another app that I enjoy and can be a huge stress reliever. Pikmin is a coloring book which has a ton of pre-made drawings, and using the Apple Pencil, you can easily color these pictures and just sort of unwind a little bit. Finally, if you've been using your Apple Pencil a ton after discovering all of these great tips and applications, you might be a little worried about how much juice your pencil might have left. To see your Apple Pencil's remaining battery, simply swipe to access your widgets, scroll down to edit, and add the battery widget. This widget will now display your remaining battery life of your Apple Pencil. So the 6th gen iPad does not have the smart connector like the iPad Pro models do, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a keyboard case attached. Keyboard cases have been around through many iterations of the iPad, and although you have to rely on a Bluetooth connection, adding a good keyboard case to your new iPad can really help you boost your productivity and make this iPad one step closer to really competing with the iPad Pros. My recommendation would be either the Bridge keyboards or the Logitech Slim, which is what I have here. This keyboard isn't quite a full-size keyboard, but it's easy and comfortable to type on, and has a few shortcut keys which really help me fly through tasks on my iPad. Now, if you don't want to have a keyboard case attached at all times, but maybe you need to use a keyboard at the office, you can just go ahead and use any Bluetooth keyboard that you might have lying around. iOS 11 has also changed the way we multitask and get stuff done on an iPad. And if this is your first time using an iPad with iOS 11, then you might not be aware of some great features that have been implemented. The first thing you'll notice is the new dock along the bottom of the iPad. Much like the dock on your Mac or your iPhone, you can go ahead and customize which apps always appear on your dock. The right side of the dock is also home to your 3 recently opened applications. From your dock, you can also press and hold on an application and then drag it to the top of the currently opened application. Depending on where you place that app, you will either access Split View or Slide Over. Split View gives you true multitasking. 2 apps open at the same time, and that you can interact with them easily and adjust the size of each application. Slide Over is meant for quick access of an application. For example, if you're writing up an email and you need to reference an address from Safari, you can slide Safari in and out by swiping from right to left. If you're in split view already, using two applications at the same time, you can also access a third application using slide over. Unfortunately, the iPad Pro models are the only iPads that can interact with all three apps at the same time. iOS 11 for iPad also brings support for picture-in-picture, which means you can still watch your favorite shows on Netflix when working or studying. To access picture-in-picture in a supported app, simply press the home button when watching a video, and the window will minimize in the corner of your screen and can be resized and positioned to your liking. Finally, the 6th generation iPad has included support for Augmented Reality, which means you can access some really cool AR apps and games. There are tons of apps in the App Store specifically designed to take advantage of this feature, like Arcade Plane, which lets you fly a plane around a small city that you might have created and placed in your surrounding environment. AR apps like Solar can help students learn about the solar system using augmented reality and can place planets right in front of the students for them to interact with. The new iPad is definitely a great device for work, school, and consuming media, and these applications, tips, and hardware should really help you get the most out of your new iPad. So let us know how you get the most out of your 6th generation iPad in the comment section down below. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.